Hello and welcome to my video on how to do revolve. So what we're looking at right here is a geometric shape called a torus. Okay, some people like to call it the donut, but the proper name of it is a torus. So to make a torus, or any revolve really, I'm going to go back to the sketch to show you. And I'll go ahead and go to the top view so I can look at this. So what I have now is I have a closed region or a shape. Okay, a closed polygon circle isn't a polygon. Well, technically it is, but and then we have what's called an axis. So a shape and an axis. And when I hit finish sketch, I'm going to go to revolve here. And now you can see that I've got faces and sketch regions, so that's this circle here. And then here I've got my revolve axis, and I've got my revolve axis right here. Now, this torus is based on the distance between the circle and the center point, or the axis. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here and I'm going to change where this circle is, and you'll see that I'm changing the diameter of this torus. Okay, and then you can also go back and change the size of this to give you something a little bit different. So that sort of gives you an idea of how this works. Now I'm going to go back, I'm going to delete this, and I'm going to go back into the sketch, and this time I'm going to make a flower pot. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to make I'm going to start here like this. I made a little line that's sort of invisible in the back. Since I made this a construction line, I can still kind of see my lines in the back. So we're going to go like this, and we're going to bring this out, and I'm going to make a little flower pot. I need this actually to be flat, so I'm going to go up here to horizontal, and I'm going to make this horizontal. Okay, everything else doesn't really matter. It just does matter that the bottom's flat. So here's my flower pot, okay? And I'm going to hit check, and I'm going to go to revolve. So here's my object, and here is my axis. So I'm going to click on axis, and here's my axis. Okay, here is my flower pot. I'll make it look a little bit more like terracotta. So I'll come in here and let's maybe make it like, that looks a little bit more like a terracotta pot. So anybody that has done any sort of gardening knows that you have to have a drain hole in the bottom of a terracotta pot so you don't drown your plant. So what I want you to notice about revolve and how revolve works is if you want it to be a closed object, you make the axis part of the object. But I don't want to do that. I want a hole in it. So I'm going to create a line out here, and I'm going to use the trim command, and I'm going to trim this off just like this. I'm going to leave this line here because it's, it doesn't really matter, and that actually could be my axis. So now I have a little gap here, and when I hit check, it's automatically going to, it makes an error because I changed my thing. So I can either edit it or I can delete it, and I can do it again. And then here is my profile, and here is my axis. And now you see it did change the color back, but whatever. And now here is my hole in my terracotta pot. I can change the size of that hole by going back and changing this here, and then that changes the size of my hole in the bottom of this terracotta pot. Okay? All right, well, thanks for watching, and good luck.